Welcome everybody. Okay, I think we are ready. I think we are ready to start our conference. It's a pleasure to meet you here online because we are a global community of analog astronauts. So we decided to organize the conference in the online form that it will be accessible for everybody who only wants to join us. And today we start with the presentation of the day one. I will share now the screen. Yes, and now let's magnify the presentation. I hope everybody can see it beautifully. From Earth to Moon and Mars, training for the next generation of space explorers. Wow, big topic, great ambition. And we wanted to say something, by we I mean Analog Astronaut Training Center. What has been done during the last 10 years, nearly 10 years, we are already a company that tries to develop human research and build a community. The agenda for day one of Analog Astro conference that we organized together with Priyanka covers 16 topics. They are mostly related about the general influence of analog missions into training for next generation of space explorers. What means next generation in this meaning? I think that it is something related with new needs and new mindsets that we need to develop in order to explore very difficult extreme environments. I will not go through all topics because this will be covered during this day on the conference. The topic that I wanted to focus on during this presentation is the training itself. So what does it mean, the training, and how to be a great space explorers? This is the question I believe that everybody would like to understand, and then based on this say, aha, okay, we need to invest more money in space research, in human space research, of course, in this meaning. So what it is about? Well, first of all, we need to rise up the spirit of exploration and adventure. Many of us living on this planet, we have so many obligations, so many obstacles, so many opportunities also. But we need to select. And some people may feel lost. Oh my God, it's too much. It's definitely too many choices. And the things that we dream about, they are not easy. We are dreaming about more and more difficult things to obtain. So rising up the spirit, I mean, of exploration and adventure is something absolutely number one. Then, in order to live on Moon or on Mars, we need to learn how to live in isolation. This is not easy because we are very social species. Humans and other animals, we like to be together, to be diverse, biodiverse, and how to close up everything in a very confined space that we can sustain life, that we can sustain a safe environment. It is very interesting challenge that we are coping now in this time, in this space. So this life in isolation, it is of course a life with limited resources. We need to think how to produce resources out of having only solar energy or energy of another stars. This is the only, so to say, unlimited source of energy, and we have space, we have atoms. How to transfer all these goods into sustainable life with limited resources. So here, limited resources are not really limited resources. These are limited resources that we need, yes? That is why we really need to think and to change our mindset. What do we really need? What do we really need in our lives? So when we go for a mission, let's say that our life is a mission, yes? Because it is a trip, it is a journey. We need to understand the objectives of this mission. But how to understand something that we even don't set, yes? So I believe that our brains develop to plan something. So we need to plan what we want to reach, what we want to do. And then we want to change the mindset in a way that we are not alone. Even if we are isolated, we are never alone because we are a part of this system. What means the system in this way? The system means habitat or a boat that we are sailing, or all crew that we are sharing this space and our experiments and our procedures. Everything is a part of something bigger. And we need to start have this feeling that we are not alone. Even if we are in space, we don't see each other, we don't feel so much each other, we are not alone. Then we need to understand the technology surrounding us, how to use the technology in a correct way, not to be addicted to technology, but to be a partner with technology. This is a really critical thing. Understanding our body and mind. Technology, I could tell you, it's easier to understand than our mind and our brain and our body itself. Why? Simply because technology is something that we already understand. We develop technologies that we already know, and we know how to produce them, we know how to use them, what kind of methods should be applied, everything like this. This is the fruit of our intellect, yes, the fruit of our thinking. This is technology. And our body and mind, this is something that was given to us. We were gifted by something that we don't really understand. So I must say that, especially during analog missions and coping with the new challenges toward the moon and Mars, we completely need to understand our human beings. Always humanity had problems with this. The philosophers from centuries, they were thinking how to understand the human kind. But now we have much better tools. We have now much better times to understand, more accessible. The technology is accessible for everyone. So I believe that we can also understand our body and mind much better. And finally, what I wanted to say in this lecture is sustaining high vibration, whatever it means. Later, I will explain. Starting from the priority, raising up the spirit of exploration and adventure. I will give you very simple procedures. I was thinking how to present this, what to tell you in a way that you can already start after this presentation to change your life, to do something good for your life. So I would recommend, of course, this is only my subjective thinking, yes? Maybe based on analog missions, of course. It is not that I have a genius brain. It is because I like to observe people. I like to experience many things. And organizing analog missions, more than 100 analog missions, brought many, many, many lessons learned. And this is, I believe, one of the summary of lessons learned after organizing analog missions. At least once per year, I recommend to go to unknown place in nature. It can be abroad, but if we have a low budget, there are still many possibilities to visit completely new place in the field. Every 3 months, so correlated with the seasons, spring, summer, autumn, and winter, we should set some individual sport challenge. It could be running, it could be trail running, it could be hiking, it could be swimming in some very interesting lake, whatever. But we should set up some milestones for our development. Every month, we should visit a new museum, new exhibition, concert, conference, restaurant, some new place that is also a fruit of human intellect, of human spirit. So rising our spirit can be accelerated by spirit of other people. Every week, we should go for at least 2 kilometer walk outdoors. So again, we need to increase the contact with nature. Yes, this is very important. Every week, minimum 2 kilometers. What I would love to do, but of course it is sometimes impossible, is to go for 10 kilometers walk every weekend. Yes, so to go to the forest. But not everybody can do like this. Every day, what we should do every day? We should read something interesting, something new, like a new poem, new scientific discovery. We can subscribe to some newsletters of science or nature, whatever. And we should try new food, new recipe for tasty meal. It would be very nice idea to develop your spirit of exploration. Then, another topic is to learn how to live in isolation with limited resources. Well, here recommendations are easy. Probably everybody knows them. I don't need to speak here loudly, but let's do this just to be sure that everyone is on the same page of these exploration challenges. So, what to do? Short and long-term isolation trainings. This is absolutely something that you should try. And you don't need to pay a lot of money. You don't need to spend a lot of time on it. You just can create your own space, your own environment around you that will allow you to do this kind of isolation training. Very good idea. And now there are many opportunities to subscribe for an internship in extreme environment. I strongly recommend Arctic region. This is a great place, not only for field studies, not only for photography, for exploration of a completely new extreme nature, but also I recommend this to write a book, to write your publication. Just you can go directly by the plane to Longyearbyen in Svalbard. This is all without any permissions. And you can sit there in the hotel and look around with a beautiful landscape, with a beautiful, completely different type of extreme life on this planet. The same environment and also not very expensive is Himalaya region. Of course, we know Himalaya from Mount Everest, from tourism, which is very expensive tourism. But again, if we are training, for example, I started training already now to go to Himalaya in 6 months. My goal is now to reach 6,000 altitude, and I'm training every day in order to get new blood vessels, in order to get larger amount of red blood cells, and so on and so on. Participation in analog missions. Thanks God, we have more and more analog bases on the Earth. There are so interesting locations like deserts, like Gobi Desert in Mongolia, like Hope Habitat in Himalaya, like MDRS, and so on and so on. The list is getting larger and longer, and habitats are more and more accessible to everybody. This is a very, very good information, and please use it. Use this opportunity because this is very unique time to explore. If you don't like analog missions, I understand. Not everybody can like this kind of environment. You can go to open space, not to isolation, but to open space, like a sailing. Sailing is also a fantastic training for extreme life. Hiking, climbing, diving, these things are all related with training of life in isolation. Understanding the mission objectives. I must tell you that mission objectives are very critical in our maturity to participate in the mission. Many people say, Agata, maybe you're wrong. Maybe most of analog astronauts, they just want to come to holidays. I said, yeah, of course, usually they make it during holiday time because then they are not having their job. They have free time from their jobs. But what I observed from our analog missions, most of people, they came here not because they wanted to have a great holidays. Completely different. They want to learn something. They want to understand the mission objectives. They wanted to learn something how to build their space career, which is a very, very optimistic, I would say. So we need to prepare special procedures, special manuals, like habitat manuals. Whenever you go, it is good to understand where you are going, what you are going to do, what will be your role in the mission. Yes, this is very important to understand your meaning for the mission and opposite, the meaning of the mission for you and your development. And there are three parts of this kind of understanding. Of course, it is first understanding your position due in the mission. So then you know exactly your responsibilities, what is expected from you, and what you expect from the mission. Then, of course, we need to understand on which kind of equipment we will work, using what kind of methods. Everything should be at least informed before, and then understanding how our body and mind will react during such mission, with a such mission schedule. This is important. And we were thinking with several people, our analog astronauts, how to prepare proper procedures, how to prepare proper manuals for the mission. There are only a few people here, I understand, but I wanted to distinguish some people that I think they had a huge contribution into development of Analog Astronaut Training Center and our analog missions. So first of all, I wanted to say Dr. Sebastian Hetrich, who was a multiple missions flight director. He was from the beginning of AATC with us, and his contribution was really big. I must say that all these people here were volunteers, by the way. So all their work, they sacrificed hours, days, nights of hard work were completely voluntary. And I must say that Sebastian prepared several documents related to organization of the missions, to missions objectives. Then we had Sara Solbiati. She was very much interested into humans, how they behave, what is their physiology in isolation. So she was also contributing in development of the procedures, safety during the mission, and human factors. Philippe Frering, very, very good man for management. He was bringing us a very positive energy, as well as Sarah, of course, and other people, to Mission Control Center. So we were like a family, you know, planning the mission, organizing the missions, organizing emergency simulations. This was a great, great time. Then we had Iman. Iman was also writing documents, was preparing presentations for pre-training of our teams. it was a hard work. Evandros, the same. Evandros, Imen, Sarah, Felipe, they all participated in organizing kickoff meetings and meetings with the crew before the mission itself. And then I was taking over. Celia, our psychologist, she was always in the shadow, somewhere on signal channel, observing the people and taking care of them. Whenever something was dangerous, I would not say maybe dangerous, something that was not usual, she was immediately telling us, oh, there is some person that maybe you should talk with her, with him. It was also very, very supportive. And then, of course, analog missions that we organized, they were full of professional collaborators. And again, this is not the full list, but at this place, during this day, our first day of the conference, I wanted particularly to thank some of our collaborators. First of all, Professor Bernard Foink. He was from the beginning of AATC. We met at European Space Agency together. He was head of ILEV-UG, ESA, Euromoon Mars later on. And together we organized 25 ample missions. The 25th ample mission is going to be very soon in this month. So it was a long-term collaboration. We had a great times, many common conferences, and still this collaboration is continuing. So we are very grateful for this. Bernard always was bringing very talented students to us, lifting the level of our analog missions. Thank you so much for that. Then we have Professor Sarah Batu, the same very, very famous scientist related with human spaceflight research from SCK in Belgium. She was a supervisor of several master theses that were made based on some of our results here made in analog missions in Poland. She was also sending her students to us to perform very advanced research on humans. Then we have Roxana Perrier. Roxana, she was organizing multiple missions from her school, IPSA Toulouse. And again, her students are outstanding. She was bringing really amazing people to us with amazing projects, testing prototypes. So everything what she did was, again, very high level. And I must say that really, because of these people, we had very high level of analog missions just because of collaboration. Professor Cameron Smith, we wanted to thank you for, of course, for the beautiful LEM suits. These pressurized suits are, again, very advanced suits that we can use on our analog missions. And I hope that we can use them even in our future missions to the stratosphere. So we are very grateful for this and for other garments that Cameron is preparing for us. Professor Sofia Pavanello, because of her, we could manage very interesting studies on stress in the habitat. Her PhD, Tommaso Giacon, he was publishing very nice paper that now you can read in open access. Then we have collaborators here from Poland, Professor Magdalena Strus, Professor Ul. These are people that I work during daily life. Very often we meet and we think what to do next, how to get as much data as possible from analog missions. With Professor Ul, we are building another habitat, which will be the first habitat, academic habitat in the world. We are collaborating with Australia, with Deakin University, and I wanted to thank Dr. Baharek Nakisa Fahar. She is providing us very advanced virtual reality devices in order to run professional research. We have collaborations with Military Institute of Aviation Medicine, where we can use human centrifuge, one of the best in the world. So I would like to thank Dr. Krzysztof Kowalczuk and Professor Stefan Gaździński for long-term collaboration with us. Dr. Arkadiusz Trzos is involved in another medicine projects, how to rescue humans in space, in microgravity. We already published several papers and made so many experiments using new prototypes of devices. And finally, I wanted to thank Professor Małgorzata Siekańska, Professor Łukasz Tota from University of Physical Culture, which are who are very active in training our astronauts. So now we are developing more and more common projects, looking at the human being, how to train the person, not only physiological part, yes, muscles, blood vessels, and all other systems, but also psychology. So this is what I wanted to really mention here on the way of this presentation. At the end, I wanted to explain what means sustaining high vibration, because having high vibrations in isolation during analog missions, during future real missions to Moon and Mars, this will be very, very important. We observed on several analog missions that if one person only has a lowered mood, yes, we say that it gets low vibrations. These low vibrations may affect all atmosphere in isolation, and everybody will feel down, will feel hard, heavy, and in generally bad. We don't want it. We want to keep high vibrations. And this is also very important in a regular astronaut training, because atmosphere at your workplace, especially in extreme environment, in isolation, this is completely critical for safety and for performance. So, what it means to have high vibrations? Well, you can observe if you are empathetic and compassionate. If you have the feeling of peace in general, a feeling of love to everything that surrounds you, not only humans, but animals, but plants, all atoms, yes, that you feel that this world is amazing, is beautiful, even it is a raining weather, yes, then it means that you have high vibrations. If you are generous, voluntary helping somebody, not thinking about, what can I get out of it? No, you're simply generous because you love everything, yes? You are incredibly optimistic, you feel good, you are forgiving, you have a good intuition. All these things are related with so-called high vibrations. You take care of your body. You want to look nice. You want to dress nice clothes. You want to have a nice body shape. Yes, everything is related with high vibrations. And because of that, people trust you and gravitate toward you. So look around at yourself, your surrounding. What kind of people are surrounding you? They are mirror. So you can learn also from them. How to increase levels of vibrations? Well, we had several methods, I would say, that we tried to increase levels of vibrations simply using physical forces, like vibrations using Tibetan balls. Effects were different, were several, yes, but it is very interesting to continue research on that. And then, of course, doing something completely new together, this also may increase levels of vibrations, or mindfulness, focusing on your body here and now. Like here on the image on the right side, Carolina, our analog astronaut, is showing that she can have a whole bottle of water on top of her head. It was not easy task. So what you can do, practice mindfulness by meditation or by writing a daily logbook or by recording your thoughts. There are many methods, yes? The only important thing is to understand that, okay, I'm living here now. And this is important in mindfulness. Prioritize self-care. So what it means? It means that you are not drinking a lot of energetic drinks. I'm always repeating this to my students. Feed your body with the beauty, not only with the materialistic beauty, like a food, like a drink, but also with some good media, yes? Listen to beautiful music, watch beautiful movie, everything like this to raise up your vibrations. Think positive. Well, you say, yeah, Agata, it is not so easy. Life is not easy. How to think positive? You are too much into it. Well, I'm saying always asking, what's good? What, not what's up, what's good? And some people say, nothing good. I said, for sure, there is something good in your life. Come on. You are breathing air. You know how many people they cannot do this? They are lying down in the hospital, and there are some life support systems helping them to do this. Okay, it's like this. So there is something, always something good. And try to ask other people, not what's up, what's good happening. So thinking positive is a very important thing. Then work on gratitude. Well, how to do this? Simple. Every day, find something to gratitude, like beautiful sunny weather, like a beautiful tree you saw, like a beautiful woman or man you saw in the bus or anywhere at the university, or you want to thank somebody, your mother, for a great meal, or whatever. There are so many possibilities every day to gratitude. You just need to focus to think, wow, there are really a lot. And what I also say, speak beautiful language. So cursing, even it is fancy, it is a kind of fashion to speak cursing words. Well, this never gives good positive vibrations. Even it is rather purifying your body, you can say, but it affects the surrounding. So try to speak beautiful language. And then the final recommendation is to surround yourself with high vibrational people. So if you have a person that has low vibrations, of course, don't run away. Maybe this person simply needs you at the moment. But later on, please go somewhere where you can also charge your batteries. Yes, this is very important, not to go completely out of the power. And that's for now. I welcome you to our conference. This will be available on YouTube channel. We will upload more and more presentations for you to be with us. And of course, please comment on the topic. Contact us if you want to know more. And welcome and enjoy. Enjoy the time. Thank you so much.